What is up, obscure mic people? I have a special video for you today. This is the Rode NT1A. Can't really do a lot there. See? You can see. It's the old bronze one. And I wanted to talk about the NT1A, the 4th gen, which Rode sent over, the Signature Series, which Rode sent over, and the NT1 5th gen, which Rode sent over, because I want to see which one do we want? What's the difference here? Obviously, we know what the difference is between the 5th gen and the rest of them. But besides that, what about sound? What about build quality? Like, yeah, the 5th gen, we could plug a USB cable into it, and that's pretty amazing. And yes, I'm late to the party on all of these mics, but at least I'm going to do all 4. Am I excluding the white original NT1? Yeah. You know how hard it was to find an NT1A that is working and clean and good to go? I went through a few that got shipped to me and got here and were not working. I suspect part of that is because of the build quality. I have come to find through this video exactly that the newest NT1s and the NT1A all feel a little light. All feel like maybe the metal's a little cheaper than the NT1 4th gen. The 4th gen feels not much heavier, but a little heavier. Maybe a little well better made, or maybe it just comes down to like the metal piece on the bottom. Maybe this is denser than the metal piece on the bottom of these. I was kind of surprised that even the 5th gen feels a little light. Not a big deal. I mean, they feel perfectly fine, but they feel a little light. But I know that the NT1A is supposedly a little brighter than the 4th gen, and I think the Signature Series is possibly the NT1A in a color. I don't know. We're going to find out, though. I will say right off the bat that I really enjoy the sound of the NT1A. Some mics that ripped it off, the Tannoy TM1, and later when they bought them, the Behringer TM1, sounds very much like this, except a touch brighter up top, and it is noticeable. But otherwise, like, the bottom sounds similar, the mid sounds similar, top end sounds a little heavier. That being said, first off, a question I've wanted answered. Is the NT1A essentially the NT1 Signature Series? Are they the same? I mean, I've got an inkling that most of these are at least 90% the same, but do these sound a bunch alike? Because, I mean, the bodies hit them are nearly the same. And when I say nearly, I mean they are. So listen closely to the outro of the NT1A, and let's go to the NT1 Signature Series. Thank you, Rode, for sending me purple. And let's see if they sound just alike. I know they're all close, but I got to know how close. So here we go. All right, so now we're on the NT1 Signature Series, and obviously I'm going to have to dual mic here. And we're going to seamlessly switch over in 3, 2, 1, and this is the NT1A compared to the Signature Series. And I will say the Signature Series I think is just ever so slightly smoother than the NT1A. Am I right on that? So here's the NT1A, and here is the Signature Series. The Signature Series may be a little less grating up top. Maybe a little less grating up top, or maybe it's got just a little thicker of a bottom, little thicker of a bottom, little thicker of a bottom. Okay, so I think that the Signature Series has a slightly thicker bottom, and the NT1, which I'm on now, is a little bit more brittle, up top. So I think I've got my answer. NT1A is a little more brittle and a little less low-endy than the Rode NT1 Signature Series. I like the Signature Series better. So NT1A, I, in my opinion, will deem them not the exact same mic. This sounds a little smoother and has a little better bottom end. This still sounded good. It's an older mic, but I'm happy. I'm happy that that's the result we got. So now we'll know if anything sounds closer to this compared to how the Signature Series sounds compared to these next ones. Exciting. I'm simply going to leave the Signature Series plugged in, and we're going to now go to the NT1 4th Gen. So now I've got the 4th Gen plugged in, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go from the NT1 Signature Series to the NT1 4th Gen. And I think, based on first impressions there, I feel like we just did it again. Oops, I did it again. So I think the NT1 4th Gen is even a little less harsh on top and more evenly balanced from low to high. I want to say it's more evenly balanced all the way through the spectrum than the NT1 Signature Series. Now, see, now I'm second guessing myself just a little bit here. This is the NT1 Signature Series that I am talking into. This is the NT1 4th Gen that I am talking into. NT1 4th Gen, NT1 Signature Series. I think I'm going to go with the Signature Series. My definitive conclusion is a touch brighter than the NT1 4th Gen. So I think the 4th Gen, the bottom and mid sound similar, but the top is a little more neutral than the Signature Series that I'm talking on now. I think this has a little more clarity, a little more sparkle up top compared to the NT1 4th Gen that I am on now. It's almost like a progression of sparkle, NT1A sparkle, NT1 Signature Series less sparkle, more well-rounded, NT1 4th Gen, more well-rounded, less sparkle yet again, by really small increments. Like, here's the top end chart. NT1A, Signature Series, 4th Gen. And I imagine the 5th Gen is going to be closer to this than this. We got to know. The 4th Gen is undoubtedly heavier than all the others. Undoubtedly. Undubitously. Undubity. Okay, I should have just done this from the beginning. I should have lined them up side by side, just like this, taken the time to get another stand. But here's the 4th Gen compared to the 5th Gen. The 5th Gen is now on. Feel like maybe the 5th Gen needs just a tiny little bump in gain, but this is the 5th Gen. So right here, we're talking into the 5th Gen. And I'm going to switch over to the 4th Gen. 4th generation, 5th generation. I feel like the 5th Gen lacks a little bit of detail that the 4th Gen has. So yeah, I don't know. The 4th Gen and the 5th Gen are extremely close. We're currently on the 5th Gen. Now we're on the 4th Gen. These two are definitely kind of a pair, a match, in my opinion, as close as you can get. And I do think the NT1 Sig Series and the NT1A are closer together than they are to either one of these. So I guess my conclusion, which I'm still on the 4th Gen, let's end it on the 5th. I'm on the 5th Gen now. I think my conclusion is going to be kind of what I thought. I kind of thought the Signature Series was like the updated NT1A, and that the 5th Gen and 4th Gen were closer together, brother and sister wise, or brother, sister, Tia and Tamara. And I think that's the conclusion I'm going to come to. These two are the closest. 4th and 5th Gen are the closest. The 4th Gen holds a special place in my heart, but the Sig Series and NT1A are also pretty good. Maybe not the most scientific video in the world, but a fun one nonetheless. I highly appreciate Rode sending all of these over. There's links in the description, and I've got to be very clear. There's Amazon links, affiliate links. There's Rode affiliate links. There's, maybe that's it. There might be some more in there. I don't know. But if you want to buy it directly from Rode, you can click the link. It helps me out, helps Rode out, helps everyone out. Or you can do the Amazon thing. I'm not sure if they still have a lack of warranty on Amazon or not, but if you buy direct from Rode, you know they got it. Thanks to everyone at Rode for being super cool. NT1A, if you think you want one, just grab a Sig Series. In my opinion, it's a little better, and it's only $159 brand new. If you want a little bit of a smoother sound, The 4th gen and 5th gen will give you that. If you want USB functionality, which is awesome, let me do that. Here's the NT1 5th gen USB style. Hit 'em up style. But yeah, I think depending on what you're looking for, this might be the one for you. I mean, the idea of plugging a USB into the bottom of this thing, even like right in the XLR port, super cool. Really like the idea of this, and it sounds close to my beloved NT1 4th gen, so how can you go wrong? If only there was a headphone jack. But beggars can't be choosers. I'm sure you can monitor this through the Rode software, but I'm not going to download that right now. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed hearing the NT1A SIG series 4th gen, 5th gen, now in USB mode, and that'll help you make a decision on which Rode NT1 model is right for you. For me, I really like them all, but I guess if I had to keep one, I'd go with the 5th gen. USB functionality on top of everything else. Kind of a no-brainer if you're going to choose one Rode to rule them all. Obscure mics, thanks for watching. Rode, thanks for all the mics. Peace out.